Yeah, but then you can see then you can visit this page. Yes, go like this. And you can see 10 use of air in our daily life. So then the, the article telling us there are 10 way or 10 things that we are using the air in our daily life. So then they say 10 common use of the air. Then you can read here. That's it. You can go further information. Just go below here. The 10 use of the air. The air important of for the breathing. So in our daily life, we need to breathe. So we need the air. Most likely the oxygen. Even though the oxygen is supporting our breathing, but then we don't really need 100% in the fresh air. Only 21%. This is enough. Then they tell you something further. You can reach down here. Also going down. Also you can keep moving down the information below here. Or if you don't want to go further, I think the information here should be enough here. So the air used for supply of energy, medium for the sound, water cycle, pollution of crop, or no, pollination, temperature balancing, measuring balance, swimming, pollution control, wind energy, and fire. So these are the 10 things that we are used for of the air of the air.
Yeah.
This also the knowledge. I say, if you want to go further, go down. I think it's still time, even though the deadline is passed already, but still you can do it later. It's not a problem, not a big deal, because even though the homework is past the deadline, but still you need to do it and keep it keep it in your portfolio, and you will submit this at the end of the course. So still have plenty of time to do this. Is that okay for you, teachers?
Yeah, maybe I will try it again.
Yes. Thank you for your effort.
And one more thing about Floriocha, how to write it. Maybe I have problem with that.
Um, Actually, it like a reflection, because the question of the homework, the question of the homework is, what do you learn from this reading? So you don't have to mention all the tense. Maybe you can say something that you learn from this reading. Maybe you read the short article here. Maybe you want to say something only like, there are 10 things to use, the 10 common use of the air, but using one important is for breathing. Yeah, you can just you can just describe the main things, or you want to say everything, that fine too. It depends on you how much you learn. You can learn everything, but only the surface, or you can learn one or two things, but really dive deep. It depends on individual. Is that make sense, teachers?
I want you to explain about how to write it. Like for example, write on Google Doc or write on whatever that you want to show. Yes, whatever that easy for us to write down about Florio, right?
Yes.
portfolio?
My suggestion, you can write in Google Doc every day and short screens for each day of the homework and submit as image in the Google Classroom. Keep your original file as Google Doc in your Google Drive, not submit it yet. Because when you submit that Google Doc, the Google Doc will go into the Google Classroom, then you cannot edit anymore. So my suggestion is you write in Google Doc, short screen or crop it as image, save it as image, and then submit. Then you can continue do it every section. Do that, or you write in your handbook. It's okay too. Take a picture of it and post it in Google Classroom. Later on, you need to combine them together as one file, and you will submit in the Google form at the end of the section of your portfolio. You can do either way.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah, because in some teachers they said they don't have computer, they don't have skill of typing. It's okay. Teachers, you can write down on your notebook and type picture, upload it in Google Classroom, and and also use the image in the portfolio, send the image in your portfolio and keep it every day in case you forget. And you know, if you do the work every day, it's like you it's list down your work. If you wait until the end of the session, you will get messed because you don't know which ones go first.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
many of teacher in my school, they ask me how to write it, how to do that, how to do,
yeah,
and I also answer with them. I don't know about portfolio also, so I will
yeah,
ask the teacher again, and I will explain them to write it down. And
yeah.
my
That's
teacher
nice.
also, uh, he can use a Google Doc by phone
Mhm.
also.
Yes. Yeah, in the phone you can also use Google Doc. Take a picture of that task of homework and upload in the Google Doc, send image in that Google Doc, and then keep doing it all the time. And at the end of the section, then you can just submit the whole stuff. Export as PDF, submit both PDF and Google Docs, so then we can compare. And I got the questions at the chat. How to write portfolio? Portfolio is it is about all your document that you combine in the whole section together. For instance, like last week, you learn uh on Monday you learn about the air. Then you can answer the three questions. What do you learn? And what is new for you? And what can you apply for your real life or for your classroom? Then you do the homework below the reflection, and maybe you write down, you do the handwriting, take a photo of it, post it in your Google Doc, and the other one you post in Google Classroom of your homework. Keep doing every section, every times after lesson you do it, or every lesson that you do it every day. It will be not really nice at the end. Otherwise, at the end it will be nice. So portfolio in short, it's like combining all your document for the whole course. Is that make sense
Yeah,
or is
thank
that
you.
answering? Yes. Okay. Okay.
And one more thing about my question is
Yeah.
about after we study in this course, how do we do with our student in our class?
Um.
Do we will we teach them combined with English in STEM or not?
It for my answer, it depends on you. If you are willing to try, please do so. Because in this generation, not only me, not only you, but the new generation need this kind of skill, need languages for communication. They also need STEM skill as well for their daily life. If you could include this in your lesson, even though you are teaching English, for instance, you can include this because in English there is one skill called reading and writing. Maybe you not really you use like type of grammar or something, but then you provide STEM reading. Bring the article, which is a kind of research. Ask them to analyze what does it mean and how will it go, something like that. And then ask them to write their opinion in English. This is also a kind of way that you can include STEM in your subjects. Not only chemistry teacher can do so, but English teacher can do as well by doing like provide them the article to read. They can read the article in English. Instead, you as a teacher can choose STEM research something is new. Then they can read as a general knowledge. Then it's help them as well. Is that work? And I recommend you to try. Then you will see the difference. Not only learning the English, or not only grammar, not only reading and writing, but reading and writing provide the other knowledge. So then they can learn further. But please
Yes,
try.
you, but it's not.
I know it's not really easy. I know it's not really easy. But if you don't try today, there will be no tomorrow. If you don't start the first step, there will be no second step or no goal point. Set the goal, start the first step. Start it from today. Don't wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow will be something else happen. Then there will be always the obstacle, always excuse. So don't make any excuse. Tell yourself, stress on yourself, start today. If not today, there won't be tomorrow.
Yes, thank you for your advice.
You're welcome. Anything you think like helpful and useful, please feel free to share in this section. It's not about only the lecture. I am also willing to learn from you too, teacher, because talking about experience, I think you do have more experience than I do. So there will be a lot of things that I can learn. So please share here. This is the stage for us to share.
Yeah, me too. Got more from my experience here.
Yes. Okay, thank you, teacher, for the question. I think this is helpful, and maybe other teacher, maybe you have concern. If you have concern about one point or something that you can answer, please feel free to raise your hand.
Teacher, do you see my slide?
Yeah, I can see your screen now, but would be happy if you can turn your screen to the side, then we can see a little bit bigger.
How?
Rotate your screen to the side.
Okay, please wait.
Landscape. Yeah, rotate your screen to the landscape. Yeah, yeah, that's good. Yeah, that is bigger. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, before you start, I would like to ask like, what grades are you and what topic are you gonna raise up, and then you can start. Thank you. The floor is you. Thank you, teacher.
Teacher Chantha, let's start our demonstration.
Teacher first, teacher.
Oh. Our topic is about grade 7 and it's chapter 2, changes of state on page 117. And the lesson I have choose is lesson 1, changes of state of matter. Here is our group member. I am Phước Srinik and also teacher Úc Chan Tha. The objective of this lesson, after the lesson, student will be able to name the process of changing of state. And the second one, they will be able to describe how the changes of state. Next, this is the success criteria. By the end of the lesson, students should be able to name the process for the different changes of state and also describe the changes of state by using the particle model of matter. Do everyone hear me?
Yes, yes, sir, here.
Can hear you well.
Most teachers say my voice is low. Yes, everyone, do you know how many states of matter as you already learned previous lesson once? Can anyone answer? Excuse me, how many states of matter? ជាខ្មែរគឺរូបធាតុចាអញ្ចឹងមានប្រមាណដែរដែលគេបែងចែកចេញជារូបធាតុ There are 3.ចាបើសិនជាអត់មានអ្នកឆ្លើយទេអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំនឹងថា
Yes, got 3.
Yes, very good. There are
Gas.
3.
Liquid and solid.
Very good. We have solid, liquid, and
Gases.
very good. Gases.
Đừng cái lưng anh ăn.
Here, there are 3 states of matter: solid, liquid, and gases. Our next step, I would like all the teacher to watch our video about this lesson. And while you are watching, you have to note or write down at least 5 keywords from the video. You got it? Do you
Start,
do?
start.
Yes, yes. Please wait for a second. As I told already, all the teacher have to write down at least 5 keywords from the video. Just 5 words. It can be more than 5 words, but at least 5 words.
Okay,
Yes.
teacher got it. Got the instruction. Okay, let's go on.
Have you ever wondered why ice turns into puddles of water on a sweltering day? Keep watching and you'll find out. On Earth, materials exist in one of 3 main states of matter: solid, liquid, or gas. Materials can change between these states. When a state change occurs, a substance's property will also change. Maybe not too surprising. However, if the state change is reversed, the substance will recover the properties it had to begin with. Neat. Matter can transition between the 3 states when heated or cooled. But why is heat key in all of this? When a material is heated, it absorbs heat energy. This additional energy can cause attractive forces between molecules to break. This leads to rearrangements of the particles because the attractive forces no longer hold them together as tightly. The same happens when a liquid is heated. The attractive forces between the molecules break, leading them to become more widely dispersed and a gas to form. These 4 words describe changes in state. Do you know which word refers to which change? Pause the video, fill in the gaps, and click play when you're ready. Did you get them right? Do you know the difference between evaporation and boiling? Both are when a substance transforms from a liquid to a gas. Think of a boiling pan of water. All of the water bubbles. This is because all of the particles have enough energy to become gaseous. But water standing in a pan that is not being heated by anything other than the environment can also turn into a gas. This is evaporation. Only the particles at the surface have enough energy to change from a liquid to a gas. Hence, evaporation is a slower process than boiling, even though it achieves the same state change. Both are types of vaporization. The opposite of these vaporization processes is condensation, the transition from a gas to a liquid. Think of a cold can of soda on a hot day. Those water droplets on the outsides, or the dew on the grass in the morning, or the steamed up mirror after a hot bath, even the clouds in the sky, or a foggy windscreen in a car. These are all examples of condensation. Water vapor in the air has cooled down to form liquid droplets of water. Now let's think about the transitions between solids and liquids, so melting and freezing. Think of the Arctic sea ice. In the summer, when air temperatures are warmer, more heat energy is absorbed by the ice. This causes bonds to break between the ice's water molecules and the ice starts to melt. The solid ice becomes liquid water. But in the winter, the air temperatures are colder, and so seawater freezes, and the ice starts to form again. There is less heat energy within the ice, and so more bonds can form, holding it together as solid ice. So far, so good. But did you know that sometimes when solids are heated, they can turn straight into gases? This is called sublimation. This is only demonstrated by particular materials such as solid carbon dioxide, also known as dry ice. When subjected to a certain pressure, it will turn straight into gaseous carbon dioxide. Liquid carbon dioxide does exist, but it only occurs under very high pressures. Similarly, gases can turn straight into solids when cooled. This is called deposition. Let's check out how much you remember about the changes of state. Pause the video and fill in the blanks. Did you remember them all? Our final thing to discover is that when a material changes states, the mass stays the same. The density changes, so the mass per unit volume, but the mass does not change. Our glass of nice cold Coke weighs the same whether the ice is solid or when the ice has melted. So there we have the changes of state. Just remember that the mass stays the same whatever the state.
If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, comment.
Okay, teachers. Is the playing one time enough, or you want to play one more time?
Yeah, I think it's depend on all the teacher. Do you want to watch again or?
Yeah, voice again, cô. Voice again.
Okay, teacher, please kindly have play again.
Yes, yes. Hold on.
Have you ever wondered why ice turns into puddles of water on a sweltering day? Keep watching and you'll find out. On Earth, materials exist in one of three main states of matter: solid, liquid, or gas. Materials can change between these states. When a state change occurs, a substance's property will also change. Maybe not too surprising. However, if the state change is reversed, the substance will recover the properties it had to begin with. Neat. Matter can transition between the three states when heated or cooled. But why is heat key in all of this? When a material is heated, it absorbs heat energy. This additional energy can cause attractive forces between molecules to break. This leads to rearrangements of the particles because the attractive forces no longer hold them together as tightly. The same happens when a liquid is heated. The attractive forces between the molecules break, leading them to become more widely dispersed and a gas to form. These four words describe changes in state. Do you know which word refers to which change? Pause the video, fill in the gaps, and click play when you're ready. Did you get them right? Do you know the difference between evaporation and boiling? Both are when a substance transforms from a liquid to a gas. Think of a boiling pan of water. All of the water bubbles. This is because all of the particles have enough energy to become gaseous. But water standing in a pan that is not being heated by anything other than the environment can also turn into a gas. This is evaporation. Only the particles at the surface have enough energy to change from a liquid to a gas. Hence, evaporation is a slower process than boiling, even though it achieves the same state change. Both are types of vaporization. The opposite of these vaporization processes is condensation, the transition from a gas to a liquid. Think of a cold can of soda on a hot day. Those water droplets on the outsides, or the dew on the grass in the morning, or the steamed up mirror after a hot bath, even the clouds in the sky, or a foggy windscreen in a car. These are all examples of condensation. Water vapor in the air has cooled down to form liquid droplets of water. Now let's think about the transitions between solids and liquids, so melting and freezing. Think of the Arctic sea ice. In the summer, when air temperatures are warmer, more heat energy is absorbed by the ice. This causes bonds to break between the ice's water molecules and the ice starts to melt. The solid ice becomes liquid water. But in the winter, the air temperatures are colder, and so seawater freezes, and the ice starts to form again. There is less heat energy within the ice, and so more bonds can form, holding it together as solid ice. So far, so good. But did you know that sometimes when solids are heated, they can turn straight into gases? This is called sublimation. This is only demonstrated by particular materials such as solid carbon dioxide, also known as dry ice. When subjected to a certain pressure, it will turn straight into gaseous carbon dioxide. Liquid carbon dioxide does exist, but it only occurs under very high pressures. Similarly, gases can turn straight into solids when cooled. This is called deposition. Let's check out how much you remember about the changes of state. Pause the video and fill in the blanks. Did you remember them all? Our final thing to discover is that when a material changes states, the mass stays the same. The density changes, so the mass per unit volume, but the mass does not change. Our glass of nice cold Coke weighs the same whether the ice is solid or when the ice has melted. So there we have the changes of state. Just remember that the mass stays the same whatever the state.
If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.
Yes, thank you so much for watching our video. I have seen some word that teacher have noted in the chat. These are some keywords that I have known before for my slide. The first one, it is solid. I see some teacher had noted down this one too. Solid. បើយើងប្រែជាខ្មែរចាសូមនិយាយខ្មែរអង្គធាតុរឹងចាប្រែថាអង្គធាតុរឹងអញ្ចឹងចំណែកថ្នាក់គេចែកចេញជា3គឺមាន solid មាន liquid and gas solid គឺប្រែថាអង្គធាតុរឹង and liquid គឺ អង្គធាតុរាវដូចជាទឹកដូចជាពីរួមភាគច្រើនដូចជាទឹកផ្សេងគឺអានឹងជា liquid and gas គឺ it like ចំហាយចាចំហាយឬក៏ឧស្ម័នដែលវាភាគច្រើនយើងមើលវាអត់សូវឃើញទេពួកអីវាជាចំហាយចាអញ្ចឹង3ពាក្យហ្នឹងលោកគ្រូអ្នកគ្រូតន់អត់ទេ
អ្នកគ្រូតន់
Okay, next, melting, like when you watch the video, the melting is the process of changing state from solid into liquid. ចាអញ្ចឹងបើប្រែជាខ្មែរវាន័យថាវារលាយចារលាយគឺពីបំលែងពីអង្គធាតុរឹងទៅជាអង្គធាតុរាវអញ្ចឹងអាហ្នឹងលំនាំ process នេះគឺគេឲ្យឈ្មោះថា melting ចា melting បន្តមកទៀត freezing is the opposite way of melting when something like liquid changing its matter into solid. It is called freezing. ចាអាហ្នឹងគឺបើសិនជាវត្ថុធាតុហ្នឹងវាប្រែប្រួលពីអង្គធាតុរាវទៅជាអង្គធាតុរឹងអាហ្នឹងគេឲ្យឈ្មោះថា freezing ន័យថាកកអញ្ចឹងណាលោកគ្រូអ្នកគ្រូចឹងទី3ខាងក្រោមគឺ evaporating ចា evaporating គឺជាprocess it is a process of changing matter from liquid into gases ចឹងevaporating ហ្នឹងជាលំនាំមួយដែលវត្ថុធាតុគាត់ផ្លាស់ប្ដូរពី liquid ពីទឹករាវទៅជា gas ឧទាហរណ៍ដូចជាយើងដាំទឹក when we boiling the water and when the water boil it will have some gas as you can see យើងនឹងឃើញ water vapor ដែលវាភាយចេញពីផ្ទៃទឹកដែលពុះហ្នឹងចាអាហ្នឹងគឺឲ្យឈ្មោះថា evaporating ចឹងតោះនេះលោកគ្រូអ្នកគ្រូ
Yeah. Don't chờ.
បន្តមកទៀតយើងចូលដល់ពាក្យ condensing ចា condensing ក៏ជាលំនាំមួយក្នុងការប្រែប្រួលរូបធាតុដែរគឺនៅពេលដែលstate របស់យើងគាត់ប្រែប្រួលពី gas into liquid from gas into liquid like example the water that cool as you can see when you put it យើងនៅពេលដែលយើងទុកវាមួយពេលមួយរយៈទឹកហ្នឹងគឺយើងនឹងឃើញកំណកទឹកដែលវាហូរចេញនៅខាងក្រៅកែវចាលោកគ្រូអ្នកគ្រូពេលទឹកដែលត្រជាក់គឺថាទឹកកកអញ្ចឹងរលាយចេញជាទឹកហើយតែវានៅត្រជាក់មិនមែនជាទឹកកកណាគឺជាទឹករាវអញ្ចឹងនៅពេលដែលវាចេញជាចំហាយហ្នឹងគឺវាយើងមិនឆ្ងល់ថាហេតុអីបាននៅខាងក្រៅកែវសោះមិនបានជាមានទឹកហូរមកអញ្ចឹងអានឹងឯងគឺជា the process of condensing បានន័យថាវាចាវារំហួតទៅជាទឹកចាអញ្ចឹងយើងចប់ចំណុច condensing ហើយយើងចូលទៅកាន់ sublimation sublimation is also a process of changing state of matter too it's the process of changing from solid into gases មានន័យថាវាប្រែប្រួលពីអង្គធាតុរឹងទៅជាឧស្ម័ន direct តែម្ដងអត់មានប្រែប្រួលទៅជា liquid សិន and then to the gas no it change directly from solid into gas ប៉ុន្តែនៅក្នុងលំនាំនេះចាវាអត់សូវជាកើតមានច្រើនទេបើតាមវីដេអូដែលខ្ញុំបានបង្ហាញវាមានគេថាវាចាវាមានរូបធាតុតែមួយចំនួនប៉ុណ្ណោះដែលជាក់លាក់ទៅអាចបំលែងក្នុងលំនាំ sublimation នេះបានគឺដូចជាកាបូនចាកាបូនឌីអុកស៊ីតហ្នឹងវាអាចប្រែពីsolid ទៅជា gas direct បានប៉ុន្តែបើអីផ្សេងមិនប្រកាសថាអាចទៅអញ្ចឹងបានទេវាកម្រវាអត់សូវមានទេហើយពាក្យទី6ពាក្យបន្តទៀតលំនាំដែលជាលំនាំទី6ហ្នឹង it is deposition deposition វាជាលំនាំមួយដែលផ្ទុយពី sublimation that it change from a gas back to solid ចាហ្នឹងក៏សំដៅដូចជាកាបូនឌីអុកស៊ីតដែរហើយលំនាំនេះអាចធ្វើទៅបានគឺអាស្រ័យដោយមានសីតុណ្ហភាពមួយជាក់លាក់ដែលវាសីតុណ្ហភាពខ្ពស់ចាទៅអាចវាស្ថិតនៅក្នុងលំនាំ deposition ប្រែប្រួលពី gas ទៅជា solid នឹងបានបើសីតុណ្ហភាពទាបអីគឺអត់អាចប្រែប្រួលបានទេអញ្ចឹងប៉ុណ្ណឹងលោកគ្រូអ្នកគ្រូអាចយល់ឬក៏តាន់ពីលំនាំទាំង6នឹងហើយឬក៏អត់ទេ
Hello teacher, I'm not clear.
អញ្ចឹងម្ដងទៀតខ្ញុំនឹងបញ្ជាក់ឡើងវិញ solid បានន័យថាអង្គធាតុរឹងចា liquid គឺអង្គធាតុរាវហើយ gas គឺប្រែថាឧស្ម័នចាហើយ6ពាក្យទៀត melting freezing evaporating condensing sublimation and deposition are the process of changing state ទាំងអស់ទាំង6ពាក្យហ្នឹងគឺជាលំនាំនៃការប្រែប្រួលរូបធាតុអញ្ចឹងវាមាន6ហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹងដូចជា melting ប្រែថារលាយចារលាយចឹងរលាយយើងដឹងហើយគឺពីរឹងមករាវហើយ freezing ន័យថាកកអញ្ចឹងកកវាកកពីរាវពី liquid ទៅជា solid វិញចាហើយ evaporating បានន័យថាជាខ្មែរយើងនិយាយថា
រំហួត teacher
រំហួតចឹងឯងលោកគ្រូចាអញ្ចឹងរំហួតវាកើតឡើងនៅពេលដែលទឹកនឹងក្តៅខ្លាំងវានឹងហួតចេញក្រៅវាប្រែប្រួលពីទឹកចាទៅជា gas ហើយ condensing is opposite of evaporating គឺ change ពី gas មកជា liquid វិញ sublimation គឺ changing from solid to liquid changing from solid into gas and deposition is the process of changing from gas back to solid. Did you catch what I mean? So now I have this picture of changing state. I want all the teacher to write down from process 1 until process 6 and tell me what is the name of each process. 1 from solid to gas, what it is called. And 2 from gas to solid, what it is called. 3, 4, 5, and 6. As you can see the direction and tell me now.
Gas into liquid can call the word condense.
From
Right, teacher?
gas to solid, you mean number 2? It is called, again please teacher.
Condensing, teacher.
Condensing. I think you may confuse some.
Number 1, teacher, or number 2?
Because the teacher start from number 2. I mean number 1, yeah. Number 1, what it is called?
Yes, it's called sublimation.
Very good. It is called sublimation. How about number 2?
Deposition.
Very good. Deposition. And number 3, from gas to liquid.
Condensation.
Right, condensation. And from liquid to gas.
Boiling, teacher, boiling.
Yes, it can be boiling or evaporation. លំនាំទី 4 ហ្នឹងអាចហៅថា boiling ក៏បាន evaporation ក៏បាន ប៉ុន្តែ boiling និង evaporation ហ្នឹងវាខុសគ្នាថងថាចា boiling នៅពេលណាដែលយើងដាំទឹកនឹងពុះអញ្ចឹងទឹកដែលនៅក្នុងទឹកហ្នឹងវានឹងចាវានឹងហួតចេញប៉ុន្តែបើ evaporation វិញគឺទឹកនឹងអត់ត្រូវការរងអំពើរបស់ភ្លើងឬក៏កម្ដៅទេវារងតែអំពើរបស់ environment បរិយាកាសហើយវាហួតដោយខ្លួនឯងអាហ្នឹងគឺ call evaporation ប៉ុន្តែពីរហ្នឹងអាចហៅបានដូចគ្នាចា Very good melting. How about number 6?
Freezing.
Freezing. Yes, thank you very much for your answer. This is your, you can see. You can take note some if you didn't take it yet. Okay, thank you. Now I want you to see this is the homework. Teacher, all the teacher, I want you to write down some point that you have learned from my lesson today. ដោយសារតែខ្ញុំអត់ចេះដាក់link ចូលទៅក្នុងហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹងចាំខ្ញុំនឹងផ្ញើជា Word ឲ្យតាមក្រោយនៅក្នុងក្រុម Telegram ណាលោកគ្រូអ្នកគ្រូដែលខ្ញុំបានស្រង់ចេញពីវីដេអូហ្នឹងហើយលោកគ្រូអ្នកគ្រូអាចទៅសេមកអ្វីដែលលោកគ្រូអ្នកគ្រូបានរៀនពីអ្វីដែលមេរៀនរបស់ខ្ញុំថ្ងៃនេះទៅសេមកតិចតួចឬក៏ច្រើនអីគឺអត់សំខាន់ទេសំខាន់គឺលោកគ្រូអ្នកគ្រូចេះបានត្រង់ចាចំណុចណាដែលលោកគ្រូអ្នកគ្រូយល់ឬក៏ចាប់បានច្បាស់ចឹងលោកគ្រូអ្នកគ្រូសេត្រង់កន្លែងហ្នឹងមកចាមិនថាជា vocab ឬក៏ជាលំនាំ process ដែលវា change ទេគឺអាចទៅសេចូលបាន So now any question?ចឹងបទបង្ហាញរបស់ខ្ញុំថ្ងៃនេះចប់ត្រឹមប៉ុណ្្នឹងឯងបើសិនជាមានសំណួរអីលោកគ្រូអ្នកគ្រូអាចសួរឥឡូវបានបើខ្ញុំចេះខ្ញុំនឹងឆ្លើយចាពួកអីអត់ឯកទេសដែរខ្ញុំគ្រូអង់គ្លេសតែអង់គ្លេសនៅជីដែនអត់សូវបាននិយាយអង់គ្លេសញឹកញាប់ទេ
Yeah, thank you so much, Teacher Serenet, for your teachings. I really hope the teachers are learning from the Teacher Serenet Yes. And also thank for the cooperations. So if you have any question, please feel free to ask. Anything you want to add on as well, also you can do so. So just want to recap. So what are we learning today? What is the topic?
The topic is about the state of matter.
Yeah, the state of matter. Yes, who's okay?
Yeah, teacher.
Yes, you raise your hand. Anything you want to add on?
Can teacher send video today?
Yes, at the end of the lesson, we will download the record video and we will put into our Telegram group as usual, and also I will add it into our Google Classroom in case you miss it.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So anything else you want to add on? If not, then I will ask again. So the topic today about the state of matter, and so how many state of matter that we had learned so far?
There are three, sir.
There are three. What are they?
Solid, liquid, and gases.
So what are the factors that make all those matter change the state? Did you learn today? Did we learn what cause that make the matter change their state from?
Teacher, can we say that it is the process of how to change the matter states?
Yes, we can say the process as well. But then, what is the cause of what make it change?
Yes, according to what I remarkable in this unit today, I think that it is there are 6 processes.
Yes, there are 6 processing.
So I remember that condensation.
Condensation. So the condensation change from what to what?
Condensation it's change from liquid to gas.
Condensation change from liquid to
Yes. Is that right or wrong?
I don't know. Is it correct?
No.
No.
Condensation is the process change from gas to liquid.
Okay, sorry, I confused. Thank you.
It's okay. No worry.
Yes.
So what is the what are the other process?
Sublimation.
Sublimation. So what is sublimation change from what to what?
Sublimation change from liquid to solid.
Change from liquid to solid. Is it correct, teachers?
Solid to gas.
Yes, teachers. Sublimation is the process that changing from solid to gas.
Solid to gas.
Okay.
Maybe you
It's
have to
correct
take
again.
note.
It's correct again.
Checking your notes. Okay. We can learn. We are learning now. No worry.
ដោយសារតែលំនាំរបស់វាបាក់ចាំដែរសម្រាប់ខ្ញុំមើលវីដេអូចង់20ដងហើយកត់ត្រារហូត
ចា
ចឹង
Okay, I think that my mistake will be improving to other teacher, and you are going to remember well from my mistake, right?
Don't worry.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
learn,
thank
we are
you.
learning. This is called the process of learning. The same in your classroom. Student might answer something, but should be okay. There is no judgment. Feel free because we are in the process of learning. So feel free to make mistake.
Yes, teacher. I agree. Strongly agree.
Yeah. So what next?
The other
Uh,
student, don't be afraid to answer, because when you make mistake, it will make you better to recognize about everything.
Correct.
yes, I think there are three, teacher.
3.
Yes, three change. One example, solid mass into liquid, and liquid infrared into gas, liquid freeze into solid, gas condense into liquid, teacher.
Is that correct, teacher Sinek?
Yes, teacher, it's correct. Just you have 3 more process, not only 3, we have 6 process. ដំណើរការហ្នឹងគឺរូបធាតុទាំង3ហ្នឹងផ្លាស់ប្ដូរគ្នាទៅវិញទៅមកអញ្ចឹងយើងបាន6 process នោះចា៎អញ្ចឹងរូបធាតុមាន solid, liquid and gas. When it change from solid to liquid, it is called melting. នៅពេលដែលវត្ថុរឹងរលាយយើងហៅវាថារលាយចាលំនាំនៃការរលាយហើយនៅពេលដែលអង្គធាតុរាវប្រែប្រួលទៅជាឧស្ម័នអានោះយើងហៅថា evaporating វារំហួតចាហើយនៅពេលដែលឧស្ម័នប្រែប្រួលមកជាអង្គធាតុរឹងវិញអានោះយើងហៅថា deposition ហើយលំនាំ3នេះនឹងត្រឡប់វិញបានន័យថាពីរឹងទៅឧស្ម័នមករាវទៅរឹងគឺវិលជុំគ្នាអញ្ចឹងយើងបាន6 process.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, teacher, thank you for your explanations and also your answering. But my question was, what are the factor or what cause or what are the reason that make the matter change the state? For instance, what make the liquid change to gas, or what make the gas change to liquid? What is the cause, or what is the factor that had changed the state of matter?
Yes, thank you very much for your answer. For your question, it is a good question, teacher.
Yes.
As the video told, it has 2 main points that make the matter change from one to another. We have 2, cooling and heating. បានន័យថាមានភាពត្រជាក់ហើយនឹងមួយទៀតគឺកម្ដៅចាមានពីរហ្នឹង teacher.
Yes, but if it cooling or heating, are they called temperature?
Yes, teacher.
So can I combine them together if we say in one word that temperature also the one of the cause that make the matter change their state?
Yes, thank you.
What about other chemistry, teacher? What are the factor make the matter change their state? You used to teach the student, didn't you? Teacher, grade 7, 8, 9. Are you around? Hello, teacher. ខ្ញុំនិយាយជាភាសាខ្មែរចង់ដឹងថាតើកត្តាអីដែលធ្វើឲ្យរូបធាតុហ្នឹងវាផ្លាស់ប្ដូរលក្ខណៈរូបរបស់វាហ្នឹង
Some teacher, some is heat, electricity,
Electricity,
light,
light,
mixture,
mixture,
six. Let me count again. Heat, light,
heat, light,
electricity,
electricity,
mixture,
mixture,
what else?
and
Temperature.
temperature. I already had mentioned. Temperature, we include the heat and the cool. Hot and cool, we call it temperature. Can be hot and cool. Who will get the last one?
Chemical reaction.
Sorry, reactions?
Chemical reaction.
Chemical reaction also can make the state of matter. Yeah. What else? Does pressure also can change the state of matter?
Pressure.
Pressure can be yes or no?
Not sure.
What about other teacher? You are chemistry teacher, please help. Can pressure also change the states of matter? No sound, no answer. You don't know or what? So pressure actually also can change the state of matter. For instance, if you put the gas, and the gas is actually if you put in the gas in the container and then we put the pressure, put the stress on it, and then and also temperature, then the gas will change the state from gas to liquid. They use it to make the gas that we are using. Remember, have you observed that when you use the gas, why the gas that you buy from the shop, it is in liquid, but then you can burn. When you burn it, it comes as a gas, because inside of the container there is the pressure, but then the pressure itself, it just put it the molecule of the gas put them like squeeze them together, and the temperature put it and make it change the state from gas to liquid. So pressure is also one of the factors that can change the state of matter.
But the pressure alone cannot change the state of matter.
It can. For example, if you put the stone, and then there is then you put the pressure on it, and one a while the stone will be break.
But this one is not state, it change just the shape.
The shape.
Yes,
Okay.
it's not the state of the word. It's not
I
the
will
state.
looking for other example. Hold on.
I think it wind, yeah.
Wind?
Yes.
How wind can change the state of matter? And you have to explain.
Change cloud into rain, yeah.
So it change cloud to rain. Does the wind change the cloud to rain, or the temperature change cloud to rain?
Both, yeah.
What about the teacher? Can you help me? Does the wind change the cloud to water to rain, or the weather or the temperature? I really need your cooperations, because somehow I need to clarify the concern, you know. Me myself maybe cannot prove, but maybe your contribute can help.
I think it's not temperature alone that can change from the cloud to the rain, because it said that when the water evaporate from the earth to the sky, it bigger and bigger, and then the drop is coming bigger, so it cannot stand this amount, so it will turn into the rain. So the temperature alone cannot, or the wind cannot change from the cloud to the rain.
So you
It-
think
It has
many,
another factor. It's not one factor alone.
it's not factor alone, can be other factor as well.
Yes.
Teacher Suchit said the pressure cannot change the state of matter. Can you help me to explain how? Why not?
I think based on the physics definition of pressure is just the force that act on an area. So it's
Nhưng mà tà lóc ấy chết ta. Quay bay con đo lắm.
Công tác về
Đặt bút đi thực hài.
Sẽ have một thứ.
công tác về
Chia con chia đây lưu từng à.
សំខាន់បោកកុំព្យូទ័រខ្ញុំកើតពេលទុកកុំព្យូទ័រប្រើ Anyway, let's come back to our lesson.
មកពីវាជ្រៀតលើអ្នកគ្រូខឹងពេក
ចា
I think head and light make state of matter.
Using heat and light can change the state of matter. Only these two factor.
Yes.
I think so. Heat and light.
Yeah. Heat and light. No, if you say only heat, I think is when the heat is only one thing. Heat នឹងកម្ដៅនឹងខ្ញុំគិតថាវានេះព្រោះអីយើងគិតថាពេលវាត្រជាក់ក៏វាផ្លាស់ប្ដូរអាលក្ខណៈរបស់រូបធាតុនឹងដែរអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំចង់ឲ្យយើង combine វាជាមួយគ្នាយើងអាចនិយាយពីសីតុណ្ហភាពអញ្ចឹងកត្តាសីតុណ្ហភាពវាជាអ្នកផ្លាស់ប្ដូរលក្ខណៈរបស់រូបធាតុដែរពីព្រោះសីតុណ្ហភាពយើងអាចនិយាយបានទាំងពេលវាក្ដៅពេលវាត្រជាក់ប៉ុន្តែបើសិនជាយើងនិយាយថាកម្ដៅតែម្យ៉ាងអញ្ចឹងតើកម្ដៅអាចធ្វើឲ្យអង្គធាតុមួយហ្នឹងវាប្រែប្រួលពីរាវទៅជារឹងអត់ក្នុងកម្ដៅ
អ្នកគ្រូកម្ដៅមិនអាចធ្វើជារឹងទេ
ចាប៉ុន្តែ
ទៅរឹងលុះត្រាតែប្រើធាតុត្រជាក់វិញ
ចាប៉ុន្តែបើចាអញ្ចឹងនៅពេលហ្នឹងបើសិនជាយើងនិយាយថាកត្តាក្ដៅក៏យើងនិយាយពីកត្តាត្រជាក់តែក្ដៅត្រជាក់បើសិនជាយើងនិយាយជារួមមានន័យថាជាសីតុណ្ហភាពអញ្ចឹងវាអាចក្ដៅបើយើងនិយាយពីសីតុណ្ហភាពយើងអាចនិយាយថាពេលវាក្ដៅនិងពេលវាត្រជាក់អញ្ចឹងពេលវាក្ដៅវាអាចប្រែប្រួលរូបធាតុពីរាវអាចទៅជាឧស្ម័នអីចឹងទៅឬពីរឹងឲ្យមករាវចឹងទៅហើយដល់ពេលវាត្រជាក់វាអាចប្រែប្រួលពីរាវមករឹងចឹងទៅឬក៏អាចឲ្យប្រែពីឧស្ម័នមករឹងអីចឹងមកឧទាហរណ៍ដូចពេល Yes Hello teacher Chantha Yes teacher Sarai please go ahead
Okay, I just want to give some of my idea.
Yes please
I think that the change of state of matter is caused by the changing of temperature, and the changing of temperature can change the energy. I can say internal energy of the substance. So when the internal energy increase, the bond are far away, so it change from solid to liquid or to gas, as an example. But when the heat slow down or it cooling down, so the energy is lower and lower, so the bond it come near closer. So it change from gas to liquid to solid, example. And another idea, I just talk about the pressure. What I think, pressure cannot change the state of matter. For example, like you say, you transfer gas from one container to another, it become liquid. Because I saw that when the seller transfer, they always use ice to make it cool so that it can change from one container to another in gas. Okay, that's all my idea.
Thank you for the explanation. That is a good explanation to make we understand more and really clear. Because somehow like students say that's the pressure can change the state of matter. How about this? How about that? That's why I just raise up in case student can match up with some when they saw like the news or something that is not really science, they saw in the social media or somehow, then they compute the informations and they say, oh, this may be correct and that may be correct. As a teacher, somehow we can be able to explain the reason why. Not only telling the student like this, but then students can only remember. But then when you tell students one thing, explain them how, and other thing and how. Then when they understand, they remember longer than just when you tell them to remember. Does that make sense? That's why somehow I raise up some opinion or things to make you think and then discuss. Is this or that correct? Yes. Thank you, teachers. Because of time is coming almost to the end.